It is the 15th day in the month of June 2022, and we're podcasting live from the nation's capital of Nigeria, West Africa, to the rest of the world. And just in case you're wondering, this is the Men's Health Podcast, a health talk program that centers on the entirety of a man's health, wellness, and fitness. And just so you know, this is exclusive to Food and Health Communications, your number one go-to media source for credible and timely health information. Do check us out on www.foodandhealth.com. Victor Waberi is my name. Welcome to today's podcast. In today's podcast, we will be discussing how often per week you should exercise as a man in order to loosen weight. And I know you understand that exercise is any bodily activity that enhances or maintains physical fitness and overall health wellness. But here's the thing, it is also performed for various reasons. Some persons do this exercise of a thing just to, aid growth and improve strength. Some other persons do it to develop muscles and the cardiovascular system. Some other persons do it to hone athletic skills. Some others do it to reduce weight loss and also to maintain their weight level, just like we're going to be looking at today, and also focusing on. Some other persons do it to improve health, some others do it to just simply enjoy themselves. And we've got so many individuals who choose to exercise outdoors, where they can just get to congregate in groups, socialize, and improve well-being as well as mental health. Now, in terms of health benefits, the amount of recommended exercise depends upon the goal, the type of exercise, and the age of the person. Even doing a small amount of exercise is healthier than doing none. But here's the thing, you have to understand that the kind of exercise that you should do should depend on your goal, and it should depend on the type of exercise, and it should also depend on the age of the person who's doing that exercise. And that's something you should really look out for as you try to exercise to loosen weight. And we understand that is why all doctors recommend regular exercise to get in shape and boost your health. In this context, it is wise to learn exactly how often you should exercise. But then, too much of a good thing can also be harmful, as you know that excessive exercise can take a toll on your bones and may even stress out your heart. Similarly, too little exercise will not help you attain your desired weight. Yeah, that's what it is. If you do too little, you might not really get to that point where you're trying to get to. And so you just have to try and know how to balance the whole thing. And that's why I'm here today on the podcast to tell you how you can find your way around. Now, with that said, let's dive right in and first find out what are the health benefits of exercise. Number one, exercise helps you control your weight as a man. Along with diet, exercise plays an important role in controlling your weight and preventing obesity. To maintain your weight as a man, here's the thing, the calories you eat and drink must equal the energy you burn. So you see that to lose weight, you must lose more calories than you eat and you drink. Number two, exercise helps you reduce your risk of heart diseases. Exercise is such that it strengthens your heart and improves your circulation. The increased blood flow raises the oxygen levels in your body. This helps lower your risk of heart diseases such as high cholesterol, coronary artery diseases, and heart attack. We've got quite a lot of people who have suffered from high cholesterol that has led to so many kinds of heart diseases, heart attack, coronary artery diseases, and and so many others. Why? Because they do not exercise when they get to taking this certain consumptions of food that they get to taken. So you see that regular exercise can actually lower your blood pressure and help to curtail some of these diseases that we've talked about as a man. What's the next thing? Exercise helps your body manage blood sugar and insulin levels. You see that exercise can lower your blood sugar level and help your insulin work better. There are quite a lot of people who do not exercise at all, and the blood sugar just keeps rising. The level of their blood sugar just keeps rising, and their insulin is not stimulated to work better. But if you exercise, you see that the exercises that you do would help your blood sugar level and also help your insulin to work better. This can cut down your risk of metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. That's what it is. There are people who are involved in diabetes type 2 who, if they had maintained just a regular kind of exercise, they could have curtailed that. So don't be that kind of fellow. And if you already have one of those diseases, exercise can help you manage it. And I tell you for truth, I know quite a lot of people who've been involved in type 2 diabetes, some of those heart diseases, and just doing some exercises, it has been curtailed. So do not joke with that as regards your health. Number 3, we see that exercise helps you quit smoking. Yes. Now let me explain something here. Exercise may make it easier to quit smoking by reducing your cravings and withdrawal symptoms. That's what it does. Science has shown that if you participate in exercises, it reduces the cravings. It reduces the urge for smoking. That's what it does naturally. It kind of reduces the cravings and your withdrawal symptoms. Do you understand that? So you see that it can also help limit the weight you might gain when you stop smoking. There are quite a lot of people who are so obese, who are very weighty. Why? Because they smoke. Time will fail me to talk about the negative sides of smoking, but one part of it is that it helps you gain much weight. That's what it does. And you, as a man who wants to live in full health and perfect soundness, you do not want to engage in stuff like that. So you see, it may help you reduce your cravings and withdrawal level. We also see that it improves your mental health and your mood. There are quite so many men who, many times when they are angry, when they have this mood swing and all of that, by just taking a little work, it goes a long way in calming them down. That's what it does. So we see that it improves your mental health and your mood. There are people who maybe they've been at home, just been on the sports for a very long time, and their mood is all down. They're just way down there, and just standing up and going out there to go take a walk, it helps them. It improves their mental state at that very time. And we see that during exercise, your body releases chemicals that can improve your mood and make you feel, more relaxed. And we see that this can help you deal with stress and reduce your risk of depression. If you are at the verge of depression, if you are at the verge of an insane mental condition, please do not joke with exercise. It will go a whole long way to improve your mental health at that time and reduce your risk of falling into depression. I know a friend one time who suffered depression. Well, he didn't really suffer depression. He was at the verge of going into depression, and I just advised him that, hey, what you do during your leisure time? And he says nothing. He just watch movies. He just stays back. And I told him, you could get engaged in an exercise. You could just go out, do something, reduce this chemical, this toxicity from your body, reduce it. And he took to it. He started doing the street walk with some friends we had at the time. And before you knew it, going out there to exercise on a daily basis, he got sane. So you see, do not joke with exercise when it comes to your mental health. What else does it do? It helps keep your thinking, your learning, and judgment skills sharp as you age. Exercise stimulates your body to release proteins and other chemicals that improve the structure and function of your brain. If you're at this point where it seems as if your brain power is beginning to fail, it may just be because you are not releasing the right amount of chemicals that need to get out of your body. So go out there, do some exercise, do something that makes you sweat, do something that makes you shed off these chemicals away from your body, and it will go a whole long way to improve the structure and the function of your brain. What else does it do? It strengthens your bones and your muscles. Regular exercises we see can help kids and teenagers build strong bones. later in life, it can also slow the loss of bone density that comes with age. There are quite a lot of people, it's a natural phenomenon that as we age, our bones get weaker, our brains grow, dimmer, our eyes grow dimmer, and a whole lot of things that come as a result of old age. But we see that with proper exercise during your teenage life, while you're much younger, it will go a long way to help you when you're old. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I know you understand what I'm trying to say. So if you've got kids at this time, because I'm talking to you in person, this podcast is for you. So if you've got kids, if you've got teenagers at this time, do encourage them to participate in some form of exercise, because it will go a long way to helping them later on at old age. Now, it also reduces your risk of some cancers, including colon, breast, uterine, and lung cancer. It will also do that. What else does it do? It reduces your risk of falls. Now here's the thing. For older adults, research shows that doing balance and muscle strengthening activities in addition to moderate intensity aerobic activities can help reduce your risk of falling. There are people who you just see them on the street and before you know it, they've fallen. They've slumped. But if you participate, if you engage in exercises or some form of aerobic activities, it could reduce your chances of those kind of things that happen to people at some point in their life. What else does exercise do for us? It improves your sleep. Exercise can help you to fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. There are people who are not able to fall asleep in time, and also people who, when they fall asleep, they do not sleep for so long. 2 hours, they're up already. 30 minutes, they're up already. 45 minutes, they're up already. And this kind of sleep patterns is very dangerous to your brain and to your immune structure, because the body needs to rest. And so if you're at those points where you find it very difficult to fall asleep in time, and even when you fall asleep, you do not sleep for long as you should, then I think you should consider getting engaged in exercises, as it will help to improve your sleep. And finally, what benefits do we stand to gain if we get to exercise? Here's it. It improves your sexual health. Yes, man, let's talk here. It improves your sexual health as a man. Regular exercise may lower the risk of erectile dysfunction in men. Science has called it ED. If you get to exercise regularly, here's what it does. It lowers actually the risk of erectile dysfunction in your body as a man. I'll say that again. If you get to exercise regularly, it's going to lower the risk of erectile dysfunction, which so many men have today. So for those who already know, or for those who already have ED, if you have erectile dysfunction, exercise may help improve your sexual function. And let me just deviate a bit. And in women, exercise may increase sexual arousal. So you want to consider these as some benefits that you stand to gain if you get to engage in exercises. Now let's move on. How frequently should you exercise per week to lose weight as a man? Now, we understand that body weight reduction is more complicated than it may seem. Each individual has unique needs according to the factors, and that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and tell you some of the various factors that are involved in body weight loss. Number one factor you need to consider is your body weight. Number two, your gender. Number 3, your age. Number 4, your diet. Number 5, your illness. If you have some kind of illness, you need to consider that as well. Number 6, adequate sleep. And number 7, heredity. Let's start off with the first one, body weight. People with a higher body weight tend to lose weight faster than the slimmer ones. So you need to consider that. If you start up a weight loss exercise probably with a person who's actually slim, you do not expect your weight reduction to go at the same measure, because science has shown us that people with slimmer body structures get to lose weight faster than those who are actually obese. So that's something you should consider. Number two, your gender. It has been noticed, it has been observed that women tend to lose weight at a slower rate than men. That's what it is. Women tend to lose weight at a slower rate than men. If you go down to the age factor, you would realize that younger people have a faster rate of losing weight. So if you are trying to lose weight at an age bracket, let's say that is above the 50 hallmark, it might be slower for you than as it regards to a person who's below the 50 age hallmark. It doesn't work the same way. So age is also a factor, as we know that younger people have a faster rate of losing weight. The other factor is diet. When an individual consumes fewer calories than the calories if he uses by working out, here's the thing, here's what happens. Weight loss is more significant and the results can be seen very fast. So if I engage in diets that have much calories in them, and for instance, I have a friend who eats foods that have less calories in them, the rate at which we're going to lose weight are not going to be the same. So this is a factor you need to consider. So if you want to lose weight as you engage in exercises, you need to also consider your diet. Else you might just be going around the circle and not make any improvements. What are the factors? We have the factor of illness. We see that persons with pre-existing illness should consult a medical professional or a trained instructor to assess their situation in detail before starting their journey of losing weight. We've had experiences where we see that people who had certain illness with them, who had certain diseases, who had certain issues with their health life, just took to the street and started exercising, and before you know, they fall off. Before you know, the slump, and some of them went ahead to die. So if you know you've been having certain illness, certain health challenges, before you engage in a weight loss activity or weight loss exercise, ensure you see a doctor so you can be guided. All right, what are the factors should you consider? It's the factor of heredity. Some individuals tend to be chubby despite working out a lot. Man, you need to see some persons. They actually work out a whole lot. They do this exercise thing a whole lot, but yet they still remain chubby. You know why? Because it is heredity. Because it is in it. That's how they are. It's in their genes. So you need to consider that if you have obesity, it's not really obesity. If you're chubby as an heredity kind of thing, then you need to just accept it. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't exercise. But then if you are exercising and you're not seeing the changes, just stay cool with it and don't worry yourself. Because they should focus more on staying healthy. That's the thing. So if you observe that in your lineage, you come from a lineage where you guys are chubby in your family, the goal there should be that you're focusing on staying healthy rather than becoming slim, because it just might not happen for you. And finally, the factor you should consider is adequate sleep. You should consider your sleep life. If you are this kind of person, just like I said earlier, who find it difficult to sleep, or you do not sleep in time, or you sleep at intervals, even if you get to engage in, exercises, because of the poor structure, the poor state of your sleep life, it might not really tell on your body. So you should really consider that aspect. You need to get an adequate sleep if you want your exercises to tell better on your body. Now let's look at some exercises that can aid weight loss. I know you're wondering, okay, you've said all that, so what are the kind of exercises I need to engage in as a man to aid my weight loss? Number 1, walking. Number 2, jogging. Number 3, cycling. Number 4, swimming. Number 5, pilates. I'll just talk briefly on those 5 exercises. These are exercises you can actually engage in. Let's talk about walking. Walking is one of the best exercises for weight loss, as it is convenient and an easy way for beginners to start exercising without feeling overwhelmed or needing to purchase equipment. And here's the beautiful thing about it. It's a lower impact exercise, meaning that it doesn't stress your joints. You just walk. It has the slower impact on you, but it doesn't really mean that it's not working. It is working. It is very, very effective. So if you're looking at something that would not really stress you out, you could just take a walk. You could just take a 30-minute walk. You could just take a 45-minute walk. You could just take a 20-minute walk around your neighborhood, around your vicinity, your compound. Just do that, and I assure you, if you're consistent with this, you're gonna shed some weight. Number 2, jogging. Jogging is an excellent form of exercise to lose weight, get a toned physique, and achieve your desired level of fitness. Therefore, here's the thing: if you are considering jogging for weight loss, know that it is a step towards your goal to become leaner, because a jogging session of 30 minutes is intense enough to burn approximately 300 calories. It also helps in boosting one's metabolism. Besides, jogging allows you to burn more calories compared to walking. So if you're at those points where you really want to see drastic changes, you might want to consider something more intense and go for jogging. Just like I said earlier, the walking exercise works, but it has lower impact. It just sheds off gradually. But if you want to see something really, really fast that still doesn't give you that much stress and all of that, you can consider jogging, as it approximately burns 300 calories in your body for a 30 minutes jogging exercise. Number 3, cycling. We know that cycling is often touted as a good low-impact option for aerobic exercise. It allows you to get your heart rate up with less wears and tears on your knees. Quite a lot of people consider the fact that if they go on this jogging, if they go on running, they get to experience this wear and tear on their knees, their ankles, and all the joints. But with cycling, you can curtail that. So if you want to go for something that will really be impactful, but not really experience, but will not have you experience those knees, ankles, and joints issues, you might just want to consider cycling, because it is also a good way to help you shed very much extra pounds. That's because you can burn an impressive number of calories while you're pedaling, especially if you cycle beyond a leisure place. Number 4, swimming. You already know that cardio exercise is one common component of weight loss success, but if you've been relying on traditional methods like cycling and running recently, you might want to change up your routine and give swimming a try. And telling you, we've all known that, okay, running, we do cycling, we do the jogging and all of that. But if you've been just too accustomed to that and you're tired, you want to try something new, you might just try swimming. Go register, go take a class, and just register for a swimming lesson. Just go register at a swimming pool and have yourself do this exercise, and I assure you, you're going to lose weight. Here's something Chris Gangan, a senior swim coach for Lifetime and a USA registered and ACCA certified swim coach, says. She said that although swimming seems relatively hard and sometimes scary, it is one of the best cardiovascular workouts anyone of any age can do. And finally, what exercise can you do to shed weight as a man? Number 5, pilates. Pilates is a popular low-impact exercise. It is effective for toning up, building lean muscles, and improving postures. Practicing pilates can be beneficial to your health and help you maintain a healthy weight. Now, if your goal is weight loss, try combining pilates with a healthy diet and other forms of exercises, because there are people who just want to stay healthy. Just like I said earlier, you just want to keep fit and all of that, so you can just do pilates on its own. But if your goal is to shed weight, as you engage in pilates, you should also check the diets. In fact, not just pilates. As you engage in the other exercises I've talked about, you should also look at the diets you take. Ensure you take diets that have less cholesterol, that have less calories, so you can actually see the impact of your exercise on your body. Now, what are other tips to losing weight? Other tips that are really not exercise, but just other tips you can actually engage into also losing weight. I'll just give you 3 of them as a man. Number 1, cut down your intake of junk food. If you want to lose weight as a man, so cut down your intake of junk food. Number 2, adequate hydration. Drink enough water. Stay hydrated. Number 3, do not skip breakfast. I've had one time in one of the documentaries I had, and I talked about breakfast so extensively. It is very, very important. If you want to lose weight, do not skip your breakfast, okay? And this is where we'll let down the anchors on the show today. I trust you've learned a thing or two as regards weight reduction as a man. I'll see you in the next episode of Men's Health Podcast. Till then, keep staying healthy. Victor Wabery is my name. Cheers.